Hi, this is Nick. Welcome to the channel where we talk all things real estate in the Czech Republic. Today we're going to continue our energy series by looking at tenants and energy usage. So this video is mainly for those of you who are landlords with tenants, but also can be looked at from the tenant side as well. The first big thing for me is looking at contracts with your tenants. It was very common in recent years or years gone by that you would have a contract with a tenant that included energy. This was seen as like the normal thing because it was all the living costs in one, and tenants kind of knew how much it would cost them to live. You know, the problem, as you can see now with these kinds of contracts, is you could be in a huge losing position and your tenant could be using lots of energy, which ultimately eats away at your rent. So it's really, really important as soon as possible to try and get your tenant onto a contract where it's clearly split the energy costs and the actual rental costs. It's not always possible, of course, if you've got short-term rental or you're renting by room, but there should be some way of coming up with a compromise, a way around this situation, one way or another. Another key thing for me is to try and get the energy bills into the names of the tenants. You know, the tenants are the ones ultimately using the energy, so it would be good if they paid for it directly. The main reason for this is that so you don't, as a landlord, end up with large unpaid bills and your tenant, leaves without paying them, and you have to go through some kind of legal process, most likely unsuccessfully, to try and claim those costs. You know, if the tenant has the bills in their name and they get that bill, they really have to pay it because, of course, if they don't pay it, they will soon be disconnected from those services. And, that's really their issue and not yours. In saying all this, I also think it's really important, though, that the tenants are given the best tools they can get for trying making their energy usage as small as possible. It's easy for a landlord to say, well, it's kind of the tenant's issue, but also, providing a thermostat can save so much energy in general, and it's good news for both parties because ultimately, even if the tenant has the bills in their name, even if they're fully responsible for paying for their energy, if their energy consumption is really high, there's a higher likelihood of them moving out, there's a higher likelihood of them not paying their rent. So it's really important that you try and help them help you in terms of energy consumption. And with this point, I think it's also really good to try and get energy bills to tenants as quickly as possible, especially if in the case that you are paying the bills for them, or there may be something from the owners association or something like that. These bills that you receive should be given to the tenants very quickly so they can quickly see if their usage is higher or lower and pay the difference to you, or of course, at least adjust the way that they use energy within the house. Too many landlords unfortunately wait too long to give their bills to their tenants, do a recap after 2 years, and the tenant finds out that they maybe owe lots of money, and they're not in a very good position. Quite often they leave without paying it. So I think it's really important to be timely with those bills and work with your tenant on this. Thanks for watching, hope it's been useful, and see you again soon.